Alright, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 80 from 4. Today, guys, I want to talk to you guys about Barcelona 2, Eintracht Frankfurt 3. Now, I know I was supposed to do one yesterday, and I did say I would try to do, um, and I was unable to do, So yesterday I decided, you know what, I'll just take a break. Just take a break off YouTube, and today we're going to go ahead and continue discussing about this game entirely. And I want to address 5 things that I would like to say for us to hopefully never see this kind of performance again. Because, like I said, guys, I don't mind losing. Losing is part of the game. Every time, you'll never ever go like perfect in a European season. But what we have done this season in terms of Europe has been one of the most disappointing. The fact that we only won one home game this season in Europe, which was against Dynamo Kiev, and which was a game in which we needed Gerard Piqué to score a goal out of absolutely nothing. It's been really rough. This season has to be one of our worst seasons we've had in Europe for a long time now. And right now, we just have to just talk about it because it's really disappointing. So, I want to address 5 things that we have to start with. My first thing first is that this is the most obvious one, and this is something that I don't know why we haven't addressed this yet. The defense. The defense, the defense, the defense. I'm sorry to say, we got to get rid of that defense. That defense, it was terrible. It was terrible. Jordi Alba was getting passed. Minguez was awful. Eric Garcia was not good enough. And even Ter Stegen, I think we should be questioned. Okay? Because I'm going to be real with you guys. We practically need to replace every single player of the back line. We practically need to replace. And that just shows how much we are still relying on the players. Now, to be fair, we didn't have PK. And PK has always been with us in those kind of games. But in this case, he wasn't there through injury. And I think we have to replace. We have to find some replacements. Because at this point, guys, it is getting ridiculous. And even CDM, we might need to replace Busquets too. He wasn't that great on the day either. And I think it's about time that Barca really start investing in this kind of stuff. We need to start investing. Because, like I said, guys, if we don't change this defense, we'll probably continue to get humiliated in Europe every single season. That's just how Barcelona is. And if we don't fix that, we're going to keep getting humiliated. And at this point, I honestly think we might even get humiliated more at the home than on the road. So, yeah, man, at this point, man, that's the first thing. Second of all, we have to start blaming the players. I know it's easy for fans to blame Xabi for the starting 11, and of course, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve blame. Of course he does. But to say that he's the directly responsible is a bit ludicrous to say. Because let's be real, guys. A lot of these players, especially the experienced ones like Busquets, Alba, and Ter Stegen, they've been through this for many seasons now. They know how it feels. And even like players like De Jong, Depay, although they haven't been in Barcelona for a while, they are experienced players and they are top players. And so you have to understand is that it's just like that, right? And that where basically, if you're a top player, you should be performing a lot better. I'm looking at the performance that Aubameyang put out yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, Thursday. He was abysmal. The amount of chances he had. He was literally missing sitters. These are simple chances just to put it in the back of the net. Yes, we can blame Xabi for starting Mingueza. That was obviously a bad decision, and you can maybe blame him for starting Eric Garcia. But the thing is, we don't really have any good options. Now Mingueza we should never have started. We should have started with Araujo as right back, and center backs we should have started Eric Garcia and Longley. But the issue is that Eric Garcia would still have started. So that's the issue is that we needed to fix that kind of thing. So like I said, I think the players have to be held accountable here as well, just as much as the manager. And finally, number 3. The number 3 point is that we cannot let the opposition fans make their presence feel in a home stadium. Because let's be real, guys. This actually happened before. I actually found out recently that Eintracht Frankfurt against Arsenal in the Europa League a few seasons ago, Eintracht Frankfurt actually had a lot of fans in the opposition stadium in the Arsenal. I think they won 2-1, and that actually made Emery get sacked. So we cannot allow that to happen again. It doesn't matter what team we play against. We just cannot allow that to happen. Because that is very, very bad, especially at a home game. Because theoretically, when you're at home, you have the advantage. You have the home fans supporting you. You know what the stadium's like. Everything, it's just a lot more ideal, right? But the issue is that if you allow the opposition fans to make their presence feel at a home stadium, and especially give them the early lead, it's very difficult. The atmosphere is just not right for the players. And it was very strange, you know? And this is something we just kind of allowed this to happen again. And I know this is only the first time, and maybe it's a bit weird just including this. But my point here is that we still have to buckle down. And, you know, you look at the humiliations we've had the previous years. All the games we have played away, we've been absolutely what's the word called again? The atmosphere was definitely in the opposition's favor. I mean, look at Liverpool and Anfield. Like, I mean, their fans were insane. Roma, for example, as well. So, you know, well, let's not like say that, you know, that kind of thing. I'll be right. Let me go blow my nose real quick. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just needed to do. And so yeah, and then finally number 4, the fourth thing that I believe we should discuss about is the fact that we just don't have difference makers off the bench. This is another issue. I look at the players that we had on the bench. There's only really 2 players. Okay, sorry, I have to do it again, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think we're good now, guys. The problem is that we don't really have any difference makers off the bench. Because, let's be real, Frankie de Jong should be a starter. He should be a starter. Okay. Luke de Jong and Memphis Depay are probably your best gets. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to say this right now, and this might offend some people, but Memphis Depay has just been a penalty merchant. He's just been a penalty merchant. That's really it. He's not done anything else besides penalties. Okay? As for Luke de Jong, while he's been a good super sub, he's only been really great in a few games. Like, let's keep things a stack here, guys. Like, against Levante, he was good. Against, Espanyol, he was good. But the thing about Luke de Jong is that he's really good off the bench. But that's the only player we have. Because, like I said, the rest of the players we just don't have are capable of changing the game from the bench. And that's my issue with Barcelona, is that we don't really have those kind of difference makers. You know, that Gavi, I know Gavi and Pedri, Gavi actually did help us in that game against Levante. But we need more difference makers. We need players that can be like starters at some teams, but wouldn't start here just because of the depth we have. And I understand that the depth we have isn't very good in here, but my thing is that when we were at our peak, like when we were at our like better end, like 2019, 2018, that kind of time, like Liverpool and Roma, for instance, we didn't really have players off the bench that really were that impactful, and we still don't. So I think for me right now in the summer, we need to try to invest and get some quality players that can help out the team when we're desperate need to turn around the game. Because I look at Real Madrid, for instance, and obviously, you know, I don't like to make comparisons with Real Madrid, but I think it's the most fair thing to do, is that I look what they did against Chelsea. They brought Rodrigo, brought Camavinga off the bench, and you see how much that impacts the game. We don't really have those kind of players in the game that impacts the game to the level of these kind of players. The only player that's like somewhat close is probably Luke de Jong. But the issue with Luke de Jong is that he only scores headers. He's only good at crossing. He's only good at just scoring headers. Because other than that, it doesn't really do much else. You know, if I'm being honest. And I just think that's the problem here, is that we just don't have that kind of difference makers in the set. And it's very, very important that if we are going to try to win a European competition, we need to have more difference makers. And even not even just like a European competition, like just any league, like any trophy you want to win, you need depth. And we just don't really have that kind of depth. And so that's something that I would like to see us get addressed in the summer. And then finally, my last thing that I want to close off here before I head out for today is I just want to make this clear, is that we respond too late. This has also been something I've seen a while, is that when the going gets tough, we buckle down. We don't really have that winner takes to make a comeback. And I know we almost did. But the issue is that we saw the players really turn up after the 80th minute. Why didn't they try to turn up after the second goal? Like, wouldn't it have made more sense to turn up after the second goal? Okay, hold on, we need to wake up now, right? You know, and it's just really annoying to see the players just didn't really do much until like after the 80th minute. Like then you could see that the team was actually starting to play well. But the problem was that it was too late. It was too late, too little, too late. And that's the issue here, is that when you're relying on players to, when you're trying to make a comeback, you have to do it in a quick response. You cannot leave it late. And let's be real, guys. We got 9 minutes of stoppage time. That is not normal. Because had we had not got that much stoppage time, we certainly don't even make a close comeback. And I know people say, "Oh, we almost did." Of course, I know we almost did. But here's the thing: we were given 9 minutes of stoppage time. That's the reason why we were able to make it close. Because otherwise, if we hadn't, you know, I mean, it's just really weird in my opinion. So, like I said, that's pretty much my thoughts on this whole Frankfurt situation and the elimination. Like I said, we're gonna have to really go deep into this. This is hopefully a good lesson for you guys, and hopefully we don't ever see this kind of performance again. Because, like I said, guys, I don't mind losing, but it's just the manner that we lost. We just keep losing. Like every single time we go out in Europe, we always seem to go out in embarrassing fashion. I just don't want to see that anymore, guys. So hopefully these are 5 lessons that the players can take and even the team could take for us to not have this kind of stuff anymore. So, like I said, make sure you guys like this video as well if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new on here. Comment down below your thoughts. And make sure you guys comment down below in your comment section below with your thoughts. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And by the way, before I head off, make sure you guys check out my plus in the description below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.